Hey, what's up, guys? It's Big Man MTG here, back with another deck tech. This time it is Ghave Grew of Spores. Now, this guy right here, he's an oldie, but damn, is he good. He enters the battlefield with 5+1/+1 counters on it, and he has two other abilities. Remove a +1/+1 counter from a creature you control to create a green sapperling creature token. And the other one is sacrifice a creature to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. This guy is his very own engine, which is amazing on a commander. You always want that. And he's in green, so it's basically an easy win. Now, this deck is inspired by some things I've seen and a bit built on my own. But no deck is original. Let's keep it on. Let's keep it real here. So this guy is a +1/+1 counter theme plus some sub themes of aristocrats and tokens. It has all these themes shoved into one. It's a fun deck, and if you can build it, it's a $300 deck. It's it'll proxy it. It's a really good deck. I would suggest playing it, and it's a great deck to play with. Now I'll start off here with Gave himself. He has white, black, and green. Which white is an color, but great for tokens. Black's great for aristocrats, and green's great for ramp and everything else. Because green is broken for no reason. Now, let's start with the Planeswalker, Kaya, who Planeswalkers are either really good or just absolutely awful in a commander deck. And depending on the playgroup, it may not live very long. But having the ability to give your creatures death touch until end of turn is pretty good. And also, it gives a counter on a creature, which is amazing. But you really want to use its second ability. Until end of turn, if one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many tokens are created instead. So with Gave, you could be making a crap ton of sapperlings, and you can sack them to make more counters, and you just go crazy, buck wild, and the whole board is filled up. And now what you do with all these tokens and +1/+1 counters, but mainly the tokens, you go to the aristocrat strategies of using sacrifice outlets to deal damage using cards like Blood Artist and Poison Tip Archer. And then down here's till you'll pull a Cutthroat to deal damage to your opponent over time. It's a really good way to take down your opponent. And this also Slimefoot the Stowaway, and a cool card because it's a fungus. It's hilarious. So another one of those aristocrat strategies you can use in the deck. Now that's not like the only ones you can use other ones, but these are like the main good ones, especially in this type of a deck. And now you go down to the +1/+1 counter synergies. These cards here, this card, Champion of Lambholt, the best you can get because when this guy gets bigger, those creatures that are like less than it can't block creatures you control. And your creatures are going to already be massive because it's a +1/+1 counter theme. So basically, you're swinging in with like a big 8/8/9/9 unblockable to your opponents. That's good game. Simple as that. That's good game. And this guy in a multiplayer format, this guy's gonna get big. This guy will get absolutely massive. We're talking probably after one or two turn cycles, maybe like 10, 15 counters, depending on what play group you're in. Maybe less, maybe more. And then you can move those counters to other areas. And when you move them, they can get doubled by certain cards in your deck that can allow this. Would be put on a creature control, double it. Boom. Now they're even bigger. And on and on and on and on and on. So you can see this kind of this type of deck gets moving quick. And it goes go crazy really quick. Curtis Plunder is another payoff when you sacrifice a creature. You create a treasure. No, it just says a creature, not just non-creature token, or whatever. A creature that can include token. So doing like a Ghave effect with a Pierce Plunder, that's like free. That's free right there, man. You're kind of going crazy with that. It's amazing. And then, Protein Hydro, the one drops. Boom. One drop that's just absolutely massive. And if it takes damage, you just remove the counters of the damage and then you just put two back on it. But you can get these guys absolutely massive. So any Hydra is basically like, yeah, he'll get massive. Simple as that. Anyone that's a Hydra is like, yeah, he'll get big. He'll get big easily. That's what Hydra's gonna do. Oh, Spike Weaver. You're playing against an opponent that's very combat like oriented. Spike Weaver is their worst nightmare. Because this guy, his last ability there, pay one colorless to remove a +1/+1 counter from Spike Weaver. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. It's a fog effect for one. And you just remove a +1/+1 counter from him. We will have a surplus of +1/+1 counters. This is a fantastic card to have in the deck. A fantastic card. Nintendo Shoot Dryad, you'll get City's Blessing in like 2 seconds. I'll probably sneeze and you can get it with all those tokens you have out. And this guy makes more tokens at the beginning of each upkeep. And those saplings are the things that Gave's making. They get +2/+2 with him out. Yes, he will be big, big boned, big. Of course, if Viserys here, any Art Aristocrats deck has this card for obvious reasons. Sacrifice creature, scry one, kind of good, especially when you have to pay one. Now you go to the sorceries here. Ramp, of course. Demonic Tutor, not really needed, but just a good card. Let's keep it real. Board wipe, probably the best white board wipe. Maybe second best, but probably the best. Nature's Lore, great. This card getting reprinted everywhere, so hopefully that price tag goes down a little bit more. Rampant Growth, green ramp, green ramp, green ramp. That's why green's good. Anguished Unmaking, really good kill spell. Assassin's Trophy, good kill spell, good kill spell. This is probably my favorite card in the deck. When all hope is lost, your opponent's about to swing in for like, I don't know, let's say like 20 plus damage here. Ink Shield. For each one damage prevented, you create a 2/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. Yes, you heard me right, with flying. That's just straight up insane. This thing can protect your butt. It's a fairy's protection, except a little bit worse, but more like H friendly, not CEDH, and also just extremely like it's a lot cooler than Teferi's protection. Let's keep it real, but like it's worse than Teferi's protection. Teferi's protection is just overall better because it's like, hey, I'm not dying this turn. Good luck, good luck, guys. If you guys figure it out, I'm gone. And Ink Shield's like, if you attack me with a crap ton, I can survive. But if you kill me by comboing, I just kind of sit here and just kind of look stupid. But all in all, really good card. Kill spell, kill spell. Simple as that. Those are the good kill spells that can be used on artifacts or creatures. Then the colorless ramp, Arcane Signet, the Golgari Signet, Orzhov Signet, Selesnya Signet, Soul Ring. But then you have Ashnod's Altar. Now you can have Phyrexian Altar as well because that also works great. But with Ashnod's Altar, getting two colorless for sacrificing a creature with Ghave, you can activate his ability with that. And it only takes a few cards like comboed together, like maybe like Ghave, a Cathar's Crusade, and a Ashnod's Altar. Because whenever a creature enters the battlefield under control, you put +1/+1 counters on creatures. Okay, so all those creatures get +1/+1. Now you can sack. You can what you can do is remove a +1/+1 counter from, let's say, Ghave to create one. Create a green sapling creature token. +1/+1 counter on him and everything else you have. Now you can you can like sacrifice him to then get 2 mana to use again on Gave's ability, making another sapling +1/+1 counters on everything. So Gave is getting his counters back, and you have 1 mana remaining. So you can do this like to get like infinite like a shit ton of colorless mana. Now I don't know what you're gonna do with it. I don't really have anything in the deck that can prepare for that. But you can probably cast out your whole hand, or use effects like Blood Artist, or the Aristocrat stuff to well kill your opponents. Oh, there's a colorless payout. Pretty good. I never really used him, but he's also used to use like activate Gave's ability, which is also pretty good. But like you can use that combo to poison tip archer someone to death. Get infinite colored mana with Pierce Plunderer, which is also fantastic. Like this deck, it's like you can combo with it, but it's not like cheating where it's like Kinian, Assault Monolith, win the game. It's more like, I need a few cards that are kind of expensive, put them together, and figure something out. That's like how cool. That's like the cool version of it. And of course, in any token strategy as well, Anointed Procession, of course, Aura Shards to destroy all those greedy artifact and enchantment players. Any Enchantress player, kill them. Screw with those enchantments because they're mean. If you think it's elked, kill the enchantment. You get a dark steel mutation to the face, kill the enchantment. So you can actually play with your damn commander. So that Aura Shards is great. Bastion of Remembrance, another aristocrat strategy there. Cathar's Crusade, already been through that. One of the best cards in the deck, and also just a fun card. Dictate of Erebos, you can remove this card if you don't want to be a dick, but this card is really good for one reason and one reason only, because you're an aristocrats, so you sack a creature, everyone sacks a creature. But it's really in this deck to keep it going. It has a lot of synergy, and it's a really good card. But if you don't want to be a dickhead, then just take it out, put something else in. Anything else, any +1/+1 counter strategies will work. Hardened Scales, 1 mana to make 1 counter, 2 counters. So it makes it that many +1. That's really good for 1 mana. Very good. Can't complain about that. Then the lands, which really can be anything. It's a 3-color deck, but this is kind of what I got going on. Now, I didn't. The lands can change, like the basic lands can change depending on like what you're aiming for. But like these are like the non-basics. Like if you change out the deck and you're more heavy in, let's say, green, then focus the basic lands to be more heavy in green, and then so on and so forth for the other 2 colors. But that's all up to your perspective. That's all up to you. And then this is kind of like the ratio, the mana value spread. We're more favored in the 2 to 3, which is it's common for commander decks these days to be more heavily invested in the 1 through 3 slots. So that's that. It's in the usual. And now I can see here, oh, hey, 56% of my deck is green, like related cards. So I can say, oh, I'm going to focus my basic lands mostly in green, then black, then white. So you can figure out how to add your basic lands to figure out the percentage there. And that is it. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video on Ghave, Guru of Spores. All in all, I give this deck a solid 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I think it's extremely fun. This is an old guy, so he's not like the new commanders that are completely busted, Prosper. And he's fun. And +1/+1 counters is a fun concept. I would give it a play if you haven't ever built +1/+1 counters. I would go for this deck. This deck's a great deck to build. But all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Comment down below about how I can improve, and I'll see you all later.